It's the little town of Modena with its little cars driving. Every Italian drives a Panda because they're small. And Italians are small too. It's a very quiet town. We're gonna go to the main square. Now when you enter the main square, all the roads lead to it. So it should have a wow effect. Okay, so we're entering. Whoa, that's the Duomo. Okay, this is the wow effect we were looking for. Okay, this is the Duomo di Modena. Unique features of this Duomo compared to the Duomo di Milano or the Duomo di Firenze, which is the Italian word for Florence, is we have some pretty lions. This is classic Italian art where a man bashes someone in the head with a club. So those are the portraits of patriarchs and the tellings of biblical stories.
The creation of Adam and Eve and the origin of sin and the story of Noah. Modena Cathedral is a Roman Catholic cathedral dedicated to the Assumption of the Virgin Mary and Saint Geminianus. Consecrated in 1184. That's old. It is an important Romanesque building in Europe, and along with its bell tower, the Torre della Ghirlandina is designated as a World Heritage Site. It was completed in 1390.
Look at this gorgeous Duomo from the side. Okay, so this is La Torre Ghirlandia. This is how far up the tower goes. Rip. That, kids, is a far fall. We made it to the top. Was it worth it? Now, when you're up here, you might not feel it, but this tower is leaning, just like the Leaning Tower of Pisa, because Italy's land is not good for such tall towers. They don't have the same bedrock that New York City has, which lets the skyscrapers stand. So all the towers here lean. Do you know why they have these cages outside the windows? Because years ago, back in the ancient times, whenever people would force their friends to come up here, the friends would get so angry at how long of a walk up the tower it was that they would throw them out the window. Modena's a particularly weird place though. It's a very quiet Italian town. It's middle of the day now, it's noon, and it's like everybody's whispering. Yep. Now this lovely piazza here is the Piazza Grande, the central object of which is this beautiful stone. Now it looks like an ordinary stone, right?
Yes.
It looks like a plain old stone, the Preda Ringadora. But this is not a plain stone. This is where people were placed on and killed during the Middle Ages, or otherwise their cadavers were laid on there for display, and it was done on Saturdays because people thought, well, you know, it's Saturday morning, the market's open out here, people are out shopping, what better time to administer justice on the various thieves and lowlives of the town. What better time to do it than when everyone's out here in the square, in the Piazza Grande, shopping for their week's groceries for all to see. Stairs that hopefully lead us to an acetaia. If you've ever bought a bottle of balsamic vinegar, it probably says balsamic vinegar of Modena. Many people pronounce it as Modena, but it's the balsamic vinegar of Modena. The reason is because it's made here in Modena. So, what better souvenir to bring back to your loved ones, or to put poison into and poison your enemies, than a bottle of balsamic vinegar from Modena? And here is the Palazzo Ducale, which is where the Duca used to live, which is the dude who ran Modena. Look at that. But now it's a military academy. That's why we see the military guys in front of it, in front of the delivery guy. So this statue was built in the 1800s, then destroyed by the fascists. And then when the fascists went down, it was rebuilt again. So this statue is a statue dedicated to freedom and anti-fascism and the liberation of this place from the darkness known as Benito Mussolini. Here's a pretty building. It's very Romanista, and the going theory is that this is the library. Nope, it's not a library. It's another church. Which means that they don't have to pay any taxes. Because in Italy, none of the churches pay any taxes. But I don't think the churches in the US pay any taxes either. Creepy gargoyle head. And here is the man himself. The myth, the legend. Luciano Pavarotti. The fat Italian man with a really good voice. The one guy that if you go and ask somebody, do you listen to Italian music? They go, yeah, I love Pavarotti. And then you ask them, do you know any other Italian musicians? And they go, I like this town because it's so colorful. We've got red, we've got yellow over here, we've got some pink over there, some bricks up here. Very colorful town. Here, we've got the Battle of Winterfell. We've got Daenerys Targaryen on her dragon and fighting another dragon. And it's just been brought to my attention that that is a horse and not a dragon. And Saint Giorgio is the one who fought the dragon on his flying horsey. You need to be careful in these little Italian towns though, because they'll open up for lunch at 12:30, but then they'll close at 3. So don't even try to be like, I'm gonna go for a long walk today, see everything, stop by at like 2:50 or 3 for lunch. No, no, no. You're getting your ass to lunch early, and then you're gonna finish, and then when everything reopens at 7 or 7:30, you can go in for dinner. Now, if you're in Rome or Milan, you'll be able to get away not following this rule. But even there, a lot of restaurants will close off. Yeah. But not all of them. You'll be able to find stuff, especially in touristy parts, probably outer parts also. But once you leave Roma and Milano, you're shit out of luck if you haven't eaten by 3, baby. Okay, and that's Modena for you. Ciao!